Hello everyone. I like to buy lots of tat from off the internet, and I don't know why. Maybe it's the dopamine rush of buying something then receiving a package through the mail. Anyway, in this video I'm going to show you some of the things that I bought specifically for my car. That some of them are good, some of them aren't so good. They're all bought online, mostly via AliExpress, but let me make it clear, AliExpress does not in any way, shape or form sponsor this video or support in any way. In fact, quite the opposite, because I'm going to badmouth some of the crap that they sell. First we have this phone holder here. Now this is good specifically for a Citroen C5 X7. That is my car. And why is that? Because it has this longer arm behind it. This, see? Usually when you buy some kind of phone holder and it's got those, I don't know, it's got like a holder that just slots onto the vents. That holder slots on and it then sits very flush. And here, because this vent is receded, if I were to do that, I just can't. It wouldn't work. It just won't fit. Even like this, for example, the phone won't go in, for example. So having a longer arm is absolutely essential for it to be able to function in this car. I could use this vent, but it's a bit further away, and if I'm looking at maps, you know, using navigation, it's much better to have it closer because phone screens are rather small. The other big advantage that it has is that it's a one-handed affair. What do I mean by that? It means that if I don't have my phone in the holder and I'm driving, I can just put it like so. If it were a holder like this one, and let's test it, it would be a lot more difficult. I'd be driving along and I'd have to take both hands off the wheel to slot in a phone, which is dangerous. If it has one disadvantage is that it's a bit fragile. These things that go around, these like wheel things, if you remove the phone brusquely, these may break. It happened to me once. I managed to fix it. It works fine now. But yeah, it's not exactly top-notch quality. But either way, this is a good buy. I'm happy I did get it. So the next item is this. You might have seen it when I was showing the phone holder, and you might ask, what the hell is this? Well, I got it from, I think it was like wish.com or something, and you sort of put a tablet here of air freshener, and then you put it in the vent and sweet fragrant air is pumped out. Thing is, it doesn't really work, to be honest with you, and though the air freshener things, they're in the shape of like a tablet that you slot in, where are you going to get them? You can't get them readily unless you of course order more online, and in all honesty I didn't really bother looking for them. It's just a bit of useless tat, and then they stick a Citroen symbol on, and gullible fools like me who are Citroen morons buy them. So yeah, this is a silly buy. So the next item is hidden down here. Let me remove my garage remote. Yeah, and it's this. So what's this, you may ask? Well, you probably already know. You've seen where I extracted it from, and it's something you put between the seat. It goes around the seat belt like so, and you can slot things in here. I use it for my garage remote. There you go, garage remote. And my phone, when it's not in a mount, I prefer to have it down here, because then it doesn't get so much sunlight, and it can get really hot if you just leave it in the holder and it's getting bombarded by rays of sunshine the entire time you're driving. This is very practical as well, because it stops things falling between the seat and the center console. This is actually rather a good buy. I'm happy I got this. The gear knob. Now, I've already talked about gear knobs in a previous video, but this was one that I bought online to replace my original gear knob, which was falling apart. I usually use my normal gear knob, but I'm fixing it now. I'm repainting it because the silver part has come off, and I'm using this in the meantime. This is rubbish. Why? Can you see all the play that it has? And it comes off incredibly easy, and it's just very light, and I don't like the feeling of it compared to the original gear knob. So as soon as I can, I'm going to replace it with the gear knob once I've fixed it. Is it a bad buy? I don't know, honestly. It works, even though it's not perfect, so it's a meh buy. Next we have these 12-volt socket charger thingies. Now this one's good because it sits, it's very small, it sits more or less flush, push it in, sits more or less flush with the 12-volt socket, which means I can close this, and I like that. I don't like prying eyes to look and see, oh, that's a nice 12-volt socket charger, I'm going to steal it. Because my previous one was this one, and it's just huge. See, won't shut. So yeah, I prefer this one. Also, it's got a USB-C port, which means I can use USB-C charging cables that have USB-C on both sides. Very handy, because, you know, this is becoming the norm. It also means that my kids in the back can use this one, and they're very happy about that. So this is a good buy. And then we have these fob cover thingies. Now, these are made of silicone, and I've also got a red one, which has appeared on some videos, but I don't know where it is now, so we'll have to make do with these. Now, these are supposed to protect your key fob, and it works, I suppose, but in all honesty, I didn't really enjoy it because over time, grit and grime will accumulate between this surface, the inside of the silicone fob cover, and the surface of the key itself. So you constantly have to remove it and clean it. Also, I managed to snip this one. This isn't usually like this. It usually looks like this. But I accidentally snipped this when I was opening the packet. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Is this worth it? In my opinion, no. I don't think so. I think you're better off just using the key fob as is. And if something goes wrong and it breaks, just get a replacement one. They're super cheap. See, I've got this one already waiting in the wings if something goes wrong with the original. Fob cover thingies. Next one is this. Yeah, it's one of those mini hoovers. Now, this works. It does suck up dust and stuff. But in all honesty, it's not that powerful. If you look at the advert, like when you buy the product, it's got like a video of this sucking everything up like it's Superman or something. And it's not, it's a bit weak in all honesty. There are some crumbs that are a bit too heavy for it. And also, like, this is how you open it. And it's all got all the crap in here. Oh, that wasn't a good idea. But the thing is, this just is so fragile. This plastic seems to be made out of toilet seats that were left out in the sun and became brittle. Not great quality at all. And it broke, so that's why it's got this gaffer tape around it. The battery does seem to last. I mean, you can charge it and then you can hoover for lots of time afterwards. And it's got a USB-C charging port, which is nice. Do I recommend it? Not really. If you can find something that's better, then buy that. This is, but maybe for something of this price, this is worth it. I mean, it'll just basically cut it. If you just want something quickly to hoover up, this will do the trick. Meh. Next are the LEDs that I put in the car. Now, there are already videos of me putting bulbs in the car, replacing the front side lights, also replacing this dome light up here. And truth be told, the LEDs seem to be worth it so far. Their light is incredibly strong, and there are many times where it's night and I'm in the dark, and these lights, they really do come in handy. In the boot as well, I put some extra bright white lights and they illuminate everything brilliantly. So in all honesty, I do recommend them, but be warned, don't get the cheapest ones. The cheapest ones always break. Try to find ones that have been reviewed beforehand and people say it's actually rather good. There are a multitude of LED bulbs to choose from, so it's very hard to recommend just one particular one. But yeah, do your research before buying. So that's it for this video. I hope you at least learned something. And if you did like the video, please leave a like, please share, please subscribe, all of that stuff. Thank you very much for watching, and I bid you farewell.